gas explosion and fire that rocked a San Francisco suburb last week was a solemn reminder of the dangers surrounding a natural resource we all rely upon. Joining me to discuss San Diego's natural gas pipelines and what SDG&E is doing to prevent this tragic event from happening in San Diego is Brett Lane, Vice President of Field Services for Southern California Gas Company. Welcome, Brett.
Thank you.
I said it was SDG&E's responsibility. You're with Southern Gas. What's the relationship there?
We're actually sister utility companies, and I'm responsible for the gas operations, actually, for both companies.
You are, so you're wearing two hats.
I wear two hats, yes.
How common are natural gas leaks? People are concerned.
Of the nature that we saw with the tragedy last week, they've become very rare. I think the NTSB actually released a graph a few days after the incident that really does show the decline in the nature of these type of incidents.
Yeah, you know, it seems to me recently we've heard of so many. One out near El Cajon, one in Mira Mesa, a truck hit a gas meter. One yesterday, I think, in La Jolla, it was reported. So North Park had one. So I don't know, it just seems as though there are more incidents.
So to give you a quick sense of, we really encourage the customers and the public, if they smell gas, to give us a call at SDG&E for San Diego. We'll send one of our trained technicians out with a instrument to see if they can detect gas. So as an example of those that we had yesterday, we did have some reports where we did not find any leakage occurring. We did have, I think the majority of those that were hit yesterday were actually third-party damage. By far the greatest damage we have to our pipeline systems for both companies, and this statistic is it holds well nationally, is from third parties. This would be as simple as a homeowner deciding to dig and install a new fence in their yard, to a contractor working in the street.
To a truck hitting a gas meter.
To a truck hitting a gas meter.
But what does SDG&E do to maintain the pipelines and monitor things like corrosion? After all, many of the pipelines are old, aren't they?
Yes, our pipelines down here are vintage 1950s and 60s.
That's pretty old.
But the one thing that we do point out is age really isn't a determinant factor for these lines as long as you have proper inspection and maintenance. We are regulated both at the state and federal level, and we have some systematic inspection requirements. One is called a pipeline patrol. We do this either semi-annual or annual, dependent upon the area. Where we actually will go out, and the one prime purpose of it is to have eyes on the ground, and we're actually looking for construction that we may not be aware of.
There's been some criticism leveled that maybe there's too much inspection. It's being called gold-plated by UCAN, the Utilities Consumer Action Network. Maybe you're inspecting too much. Maybe, you know, it's costing the ratepayers a little too much for all the inspections.
I have heard that comment recently. I would respectfully disagree. We take our role as prudent operator, which is what we are defined as, very seriously, to make sure that we have the adequate inspections. And what we do, again, is comply with both state and federal standards.
Just briefly, have you been in touch with PG&E to find out what that San Bruno explosion cause was?
We've reached out to them in an offer of support, but as we can all understand, I'm sure they're very, very busy at this time.
Well, Brett, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
SDG&E has provided information on signs to look for if you suspect a gas leak. They are an unpleasant smell, a hissing, whistling, or roaring sound, a ground fire, or dead or dying vegetation near a pipeline. SDG&E cautions to not rely on smell alone, and if a leak is suspected, stay calm, don't light a match or turn electrical devices on or off, leave the area, and report leaks immediately.